and then you get to hear the worst words you've ever heard in your whole life of there's no heartbeat. And you're just like, wait, what? Like 2 days ago, he was alive. He was still moving. Like I had an appointment on Thursday, and his heart, everything looked good. Like we were expecting to have this baby this weekend because the doctor had told you that. And they just like, they say those words that there's no heartbeat. And you're just like, I think they just dropped me in this forest, and you have no way of knowing what to do and where to go, and you just get this sense of shock, and it's horrible.
Well, and I was going to say, this is your 5th child, so have all your other births been
so easy, easy.
Normal,
normal, easy, and you just think it's just going to be that way again, and then when it's not, you're just like, what? I don't know how to deal with that, like. And so my husband and I were up there, and we just knew. And then so the doctor comes in and tells you that, and he's like, hey, well, you guys, can choose now what to do, because my body had stopped being in labor, because when he had come back up, my body was not like actively doing the whole labor thing. So he just told us we had a couple of choices. We could stay in the hospital right then, induce, or we could go home and tell our kids and then come back and do it later. And I just remember the whole, like, the overwhelming of like, wait, who's going to choose what this is for me? Like, I shouldn't have to choose this. Like, I don't know how to.
No. What a crazy
question
and predicament to put you in, right?
I mean, it's not like it's something you plan for, right? So my husband and I believe in God, so we started praying and saying, help us know exactly what we need to do, like what is the best situation, because we have 4 kids at home. My youngest at that point was 3.5. He was going to be 4. I'm like, what's the best way to help them, and to help us get through this? Like, what do we need? So we chose to go home and tell the kids, and then come back and get induced and you still have to give birth to this baby who will never have a heartbeat, and who will never cry, and you'll never get to see his eyes or anything. Like, you still have to go through all that, right? I still tear up about it, because that was one of the hardest things. It's like, you expect me to do what?
I know.
And you don't know what to expect. You don't know if you're going to want to hold them. You don't know if you're going to want to just never see him. Like, you just don't know until it happens. And I remember that one of the things that my husband said when we were praying about it was that we can look for the positive things, so that we can remember this with love instead of hate and bitterness and anger, because you can really go both ways, right? And you can still go both ways, even when you look at the positive stuff. And I just remember thinking, okay, well, like, we can do this, we can do this. Like, let's think of the positive things. And we came back, and my body responded super well to the induction. I delivered him super easily. Everything was really good. And I just remember wanting to hold him and never let him go. And so, like, there was just constantly hard things, like, going on. And yet we were still doing it, and we were still able to do it. So we had our kids come up and hold him. Our grief nurse had suggested doing that, and I'm gonna cry, because it was one of the most pivotal moments as a mother, to help these kids. We sat them down together and told them kind of what to expect, because they look different than what they would have normally seen, and just told them, let's look for the happy things, and let's look for the positive in this. And we helped our kids from the very beginning understand that. And we didn't pressure them. They didn't have to hold them if they didn't want to, but all 4 of them did. And it's actually something we look back on with very fond memories. And just the feeling in the room was just amazing of how much love there was for this little baby that didn't get to join our family on this side, you know. And it's one of the things that we've taught our children throughout the years. We celebrate Landon's birthday every year, and it's one of the things that we really teach them is that life has so many ups and downs, and it's okay to feel them all. It's okay to feel the joy, it's okay to feel the anger, it's okay to do all that. It's just how you choose to progress and move past those emotions. And so sometimes one year one of my kids will really have a hard time on his birthday, and we just talk about how it is, and other years it's my other child, like, or some years we're all just okay.